obsessed with the Connie Pheiff Show. It's about a lifestyle shift to move up or out.
Hey, what's your jam? What's the one thing that really drives you? What makes you unstoppable?
It's about opening a new door to live your dream.
People give up way too early on their dreams.
It's about enjoying the journey. It's about keeping it real.
Damn, now the interviewee is interviewing the interviewer. I like this.
It's all about you.
I knew there was something else I wanted to do. Stop taking shit so seriously. Y'all can do this. Take an outrageous look at life and laugh.
This is the Connie Pheiff Show.
We love your voice. We love your jam. You need to be on radio.
And now your host, Connie Pheiff.
Well, hi, everyone. It's Connie Pheiff, and we're back for another episode of the Connie Pheiff Show. We're nearly about to hit the 9-year mark, and the number of shows that we've been doing over the last 9 years has really been incredible. We went back, we were taking a look at some of the original shows, and those I will never be showing you. But to say that we've come a long way is an understatement. So we're going to be doing some celebratory programming coming up in a few weeks, so stay tuned. I'm going to be really happy to be sharing them with you. So this week, we have an amazing woman that we have on the show as a guest today. We've been chatting here, and it's a good thing we're not live because we definitely would be out of time right now. But she is a game changer, best-selling author, #1 selling business and performance coach, and a keynote speaker. She's been named America's Professional Business and Performance Coach for 2019 and 2020, and also Global Visionary of the Year. She's also been named the top 30 2020 global gurus of coaching next to Tony Robbins and Jack Canfield. She's a Stevie winner, silver Stevie winner in innovation and product development, and also kindness is her philosophy, and many of you know that kindness is also my philosophy as well. And being named the agency with heart 2 years in a row has been really exciting for us as well. But she herself, with having that philosophy, she's helping CEOs really move forward in their life personally and professionally, from CEOs, business owners, elite athletes, coaches, celebrities, and many others who are redefining their levels of success. So let's bring into the studio Rhiannon Reese.
I'm giving myself a little clap here. I'm so excited to be on your show, Connie, and I'm going to say this right off the bat. This is actually my favorite interview in 12 years because of who you are, because you emanate so much kindness and love. I am so excited to be on your show.
Well, I was excited to have you here before we even got to talk. But now that, we've been talking, we've had the conversation, there is a lot of commonality to it. But what you've done and how you have bypassed the logic, and I know the terminology that you're using is like having a donkey brain is like driving a scooter, but when you harness stallion brain, you drive the Ferrari.
That's exactly right. That's it. Do you want to talk about that?
I would love to, because you're really harnessing and showing people how to harness that opportunity through the state that they are in because of the capabilities that they have. So yeah, if you would talk about that more, that would be great.
It's my absolute favorite topic because I'm a master manifester. And I think because of the way we're brought up in school, we are taught to think within the box. We are taught to think on a linear, sequential, space, right, which is 5 comes after 4 and 6 comes after 5. And so we're taught to think in that way. So nobody ever teaches you about energetics or about quantum physics or about the subconscious mind. And when you start to understand the limbic brain and the subconscious mind, we are talking, there is no linear, there is no time frame, and you can manifest instantly, but you have to get over yourself and get over your ideas that it has to take a certain time, because let's take time out of the equation. once you decide where it is that you want to go and what it is that you want to have, as long as your belief in it is 1,000% and unshakable, then of course it will manifest. And if it's aligned with your heart and soul, then it will. Tapping into that quantum energetics and subconscious, it makes it happen faster. And the one thing we don't have is we don't have more time. So we need the time so that we can actually live out our life from a soul contract to actually be at the end of our deathbed going, that was one hell of a ride and I did all the things I want to do. Whereas most people get to the end of life and they go, I've got so many regrets. So this is why this is so powerful, Connie. And there's so many ways to do it. It's amazing.
I love that. I love that because many of our viewers, we bring the information here to lift up entrepreneurs, lifestyle entrepreneurs. But when we track it, nearly 60% of our listener base are still coming from the C-suite, meaning they're looking and saying, how do I do this? How do I get out? And how do I do this as well? And you work with many of them, celebrities, athlete, rock stars, and really showing them and giving them the ability to see and dedicate themselves to their dreams and to never, ever give up. So how can you relate that to our listeners that are saying, this is my dream and I'm still just,
I love that.
It's in my periphery. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, that's it. So often when we, you need the time, you need to give yourself some time to go deeply into your heart to figure out what is it that makes you joyful, what brings you joy, what moves your soul, and then your dream comes from that. Some people actually know what their dream is and some people don't. And then it's pursuing that dream no matter what. Like if you're in a job, so many people are in jobs they don't like. They're tied to a boss. They're on a 9-to-5 thing. And so they're not actually ever realizing their truest, greatest potential or creativity. And it's about choosing yourself first, no matter what, and getting really comfortable with uncertainty and getting really comfortable with things that make you uncomfortable. Because when you start to grow, it's not comfortable when you grow because you're getting a new skill set that you haven't seen before. You don't know what the next step is. But when you have that clear vision of your dream, the end result of your dream, where you want to be, then it's building a plan that every day you take a baby step towards that. And that might be 5 minutes a day. It might be half an hour a day. It might be all day or an hour a day. But it's about committing to that path. I will live the dream. I have to live the dream. My soul says I have to live the dream. And I will not be contained or I will not be corralled by something that's not heart-centered, authentic, or genuine. And when you love yourself enough, care enough about yourself and are brave enough to go, I'm going after my dream, then nothing will stop you. So my question to your listeners is, when will you decide that you're worth it? When will you decide that you deserve it? And when will you understand that time is so, so precious? Do not get to your end of your life on your deathbed going, shoulda, coulda, woulda, because it's too late. Then. If you think of yourself right now, all your listeners, and touch wood, I'm wrong, that this is the last day on the planet and you're looking back on your life, what are you going to say about your life? Oh my God, I wish I'd taken that trip to Hawaii. I should have married that guy. I should have started that pet business. Whatever it is, look back and start it today. Start now. And if you don't know how, God, like Connie's got 10,000 people that can help you. Like reach out to Connie. She knows people who can help you do it. Like there's so many ways to do it. Don't waste any more time. Your heart already has the answers now.
And it does. It does. I remember my mom, and she passed young, in her 60s. And she always said, she goes, when she was alive, she said, I am never going to die with that music still inside of me. And she loved to dance. And every day, if she could, she was up dancing. She would do her line dancing. She would drag me with her. And she did it. And like I said, she didn't leave us way too early, but she said, I am not going to go with the music still inside of me. And I know that is a quote, but
I love that quote.
Just loved it. And I just always remember her saying that. And she was a great humanitarian too. And her mission was to help people and a lot where I get it from. But you also are a great humanitarian on a mission to free people emotionally, mentally. And I know you have this fantastic program that you're doing around the finances as well. I would love for you to share that with their listeners so they know that there is help out there and people like you that really and truly are giving back to humanity.
Well, I'm you hit it on the nail on the head. I'm such a humanitarian. I want people to live their truest, greatest life. And I believe everyone on the planet deserves to live freely and free from suffering. And a lot of people, because they don't have the money or the finances to live that life, I'm so dedicated to us becoming sovereign, which means that we actually create our own resources, because a lot of people don't even have access to banking. They're unbanked. Mm-hmm. And when you are sovereign and you can just say goodbye to the banks and you can create your own income and you can use a cell phone to do it because the money transacts on that, and you're transacting in assets, because let's face it, our dollar is worth nothing. Like if we had put $100,000 in a bank 50 years ago, it would be worth today's equivalent value of $13,000. Yeah. Whereas if we put $100,000 into, say, gold 50 years ago, it would be worth over $4 million today. Yeah. So it's about making your money go to work for you so that it can free up your time. I didn't realize that, universe was opening this path up to me, but it's about helping every person on the planet become sovereign to live a better life. And all you need is a cell phone and some education, and I can help with that. I can start you off. I'm just a beginner, but what it's done for me, it's transforming my life, and it's helping me transform so many other people's lives as well. And the funny thing is, Connie, we started this show with, I've never done this before with a host. Right. I've never talked about this on a show. So, and it's becoming a passion of mine, is to help people financially to free up their lives so they can live their best life.
I could hear the passion, and I could just feel it coming through, and what you're doing and how you're helping people and helping them discover their greatness is just, it's so rich. It's so needed. Right now, a lot of people are living in a place of worry and a place of fear because, we've had the COVID challenges going on the past year, and, we call it COVID and chaos, but it's just really has caused that fear amongst a lot of people. And I know some people really want to be safe and weary and cautious and, to love and protect each other. But we're also all humans, and we need interaction with other people. Yes,
very true. Very true. The other thing I will say about the whole Corona thing is it doesn't matter which way you fry it, because everyone has their own opinion on it. And there's, so many people looking at it. And my heart goes out to anyone who has been affected and impacted by it. Yes. But the thing I will say is that we need the shake-up of something like that to make us look at our life and go, my God, what is really important? Because when we have just a normal beige type of life and you're just going to work and doing that, you never stop to go, wait a second, life is precious. And if nothing else, Corona has made us go, life is precious, which makes us make different choices. And if you think back, the most amount of millionaires came out of the Great Depression when there was nothing. We have the same opportunity now to create this wealth and give ourselves the life that we want to lead. And for yourself, Connie, you are such a light and you have so much to offer. It's a time for people who are waking up, their consciousness is shifting, that the world is actually changing. We're going to change the planet and create a better life for our children. And that's what I'm interested in.
Yes, and that's absolutely what I myself as well. The last 6 months doing business looks different. How we connect and operate.
Like I'm doing it in my jammies right now. So
right. And you're like, across the pond for me. So many things have happened. So many things have changed. A simple example, my son and his fiance had this huge wedding planned for July, and then they rescheduled it, and then they rescheduled it again. And then last week they were like, you know what, hell with it. We'll get married. And, and it was just so beautiful. And it was just, I honestly, and I didn't want to tell them, but I just thought it was so beautiful, and it was more beautiful than if they had a wedding with 250 people sitting there.
So lovely. It's so lovely.
And it really, really was. And of course, I love horses, and we got to hang out with the horses. And so it was just a beautiful fall day for that to happen. But like you said, COVID has forced us to look at what is really important in our lives.
I totally agree. And the other thing I want to say, this has been a little bit of a revelation for me in the last few years, is we all have problems and difficulties that show up in our life.
Yeah.
And the truth is, problems and difficulties actually don't exist, because it just means that we're not resourceful enough, or we're not thinking creatively enough to solve it. Because often when I'm working with clients, they'll say, well, I tried that and it didn't work. I'm like, oh, so what you're saying is you tried one of the billion options that you could use to actually change that, and now you're telling me that didn't work. Well, look at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like, Colonel went, it took him 1,000 no's. He knocked on the door of 1,000 restaurants before someone says, I'll give you a center plate for your recipe. And haven't we all eaten KFC? I don't eat it anymore, but
Right.
And that's the thing, is we're far more resourceful than we realize, and we quit way too early. We quit on our dreams because something gets a little hard. Make that little hard, tough thing, make that your friend. Realize that that's gifting you pearls, and your life will start to become better, because you'll become a champion lesson learner with greater skill set, and all these doors will start to open. So be brave, start to love that uncertainty, and take that challenge on as your friend. Like, I used to always have issues with the tax office, right? The tax office calling, going, well, you owe all this money and blah, blah, blah. And I'd be in a panic going, now I have to make a huge lump sum payment, or they're going to shut my business down. Right. And I just stopped and I thought to myself, how am I creating this? What is it about this that I like? And I went, hang on a second. I make the tax office like a bad, like my enemy, like someone who,
right. That's what you think of.
Right? Yeah, exactly. So I thought, let's make the tax office my best friend. And as soon as I started to meditate on that and go into that, do you know how many tax issues I've had since then? That was about 5 years ago. Now they call me and they tell me, oh, don't worry, actually, you can pay your tax and we'll give you an extra 6 months. Or actually what we've done is we've taken the interest off your tax. And I'm like, they keep telling me how to not pay the tax office because I don't need to, because they're my best friend. And I'm like, wow.
Right. Who would have thought that would happen?
So we have that potential in every aspect of our life. It'll show up how we think it is. So you just need to change the way you think about it.
The Connie Pheiff Show is heard everywhere. You can find The Connie Pheiff Show on most of your favorite networks. It's time to now recognize and thank our major networks for all of their support. In the house, we have Conscious Business Radio, C-Suite Radio, Transformation Radio, iHeartRadio. We are also heard on Google Play, Apple, Radio, Stitcher, and so many more that I just can't keep up with them all. I'm Connie Pheiff, your unstoppable diva. Learn more about our gym and how we can work together at my fancy schwanky website, ConniePheiffShow.com. I'll see you over there. Until then, like, share. Now back to the show. Well, there's so much that you do, and all of the work that you do, and again, just a true humanitarian. But I ask all of our guests this: why are you so unstoppable?
Why am I so unstoppable? Because I'm in love with humanity, and I want them to understand that they can achieve anything that they want. And I will do this work till my very last breath. And I really believe it's the pain and the trauma that gifted me this. And it doesn't mean that everyone has to have that. Mm-hmm. It's just because I have such a wide range of human experience.
Right.
I've experienced the worst and the best. What I want to do is open doors for people where they believe their pain is, and show them, you know what, you can get through this. You are more than that. You are very, very powerful. And it's a passion. I absolutely love it. I'll be doing it till my last breath. I'll be doing a show with you and I'll just be passing out. That's it, passing over, going, bye, Connie. Just enjoy the ride.
We'll be doing it together. I don't see me ever going anywhere. The one thing that you said is about giving up on your dreams too early, and that's actually in my intro for this show. That people
is it?
It is.
Oh my God, I missed that somehow. Are you serious?
It is. And I talk about that people give up way too early on their dreams.
I agree. And the other thing is, too, they often quit within a few inches of the mother lode. Like they're almost there and they quit. But what I think with that is they don't allow themselves to deserve it, and they can't receive it. So intuitively, they know they're just about to make it, and they pull the plug because they don't really believe that they are all of that. They don't believe they're worth it.
Yes, there's a fear. Right, because there is a greater fear of success than there is of failure.
100%. Like when I'm coaching my clients, and I work with celebrities, elite athletes, Olympians and stuff, when they're within like 2 millimeters of achieving the greatest thing that they want to achieve, man, they push back harder than anything. Yeah. And I have to get out the big jack boots and the front end loader and everything and really get them shove. And once they're on the other side, they're all laughing and giggles and like, oh my God, I can't believe this. It's like they've entered like their fairy tale.
Right.
You know, but the point at which, like the actual line that they actually have to cross to have their dream, that is the point where they push back the hardest, because the deepest realm of their soul says, do I really deserve this? And that's where I get the jackboots out and just shove them across. And then they go, wow. That's where I work hardest, is those last 2 millimeters.
Right. Well, I know that we're talking about working together, and I am so excited about doing that. But let me ask you this.
I'm so excited.
I know, I am. So with everything going on in the world today, what do you believe is the greatest wound that we have in the world today?
The greatest wound that we have in the world today is that we're not living from a conscious place. We're actually not living a heart-centered life. What we're doing is, making the economy work and making the money happen here. And, we're not thoughtful enough. And this wound has become so deep because if we don't shift the consciousness on the planet, there won't be a planet. We have to do it differently. And you know what? I think people think that involves great change. No, it just involves small change each and every day. Like start with recycling, or start with, perhaps less carbon emissions, or using your bike, or, actually more kindness, like just reaching out to someone. Like when we start to shift this, because COVID has actually shown so much kindness as well as disaster.
It has.
So many people have reached out way beyond what you would see in normal life. So what's happening is this wound is reaching our heartbeat. It is touching our heartbeat, our very existence. And it is causing us to look at humanity and go, okay, where to from here? And this question, it had to be asked, Connie. It had to be asked.
It had to. Yes, it had to. So how do you want the world to hear from you? How do you want them to see you?
That I can help them live their dreams and live their soul purpose, live on purpose. And through that, then they can help change the world in whatever field they're in. And the thing is, most people set their goals so low they actually achieve it. And I help people set ridiculous goals, because even if you get halfway there, you'll be like, woohoo, this is awesome.
Right.
And it's by achieving these huge things that we change the planet. And again, it's not a linear thing that you go, oh, well, that big goal will take 10 years. No, you might be able to do it tomorrow if you just think differently. It's about perception and belief and self-limiting beliefs and awareness and energetics. And when you show up in that realm, we can manifest much, much faster.
Right.
There's a huge opportunity in this time right now, Connie, a massive opportunity.
There is, and I truly do believe that. So what is next for Rhiannon and Reese?
Well, I'm actually starting a third book. I'm starting a third book. And the book is around master manifestation and energetics and science and the case studies, like people I've worked with, sort of how you actually harness all of this quantum physics and how you actually do this. And then I'm also I live on beautiful acreage, so I'm building a retreat center where people can come and live in nature and experience like edible gardens and yoga and meditation while they actually, live out their dream and start to manifest and build that skill set. So I'm building that. And also wealth for all, because I believe everyone deserves to be wealthy financially to then have the time that they need. And so that I never thought that would be my passion, and that's become my passion. That's absolutely become my passion.
And you also have a course too.
Yes, I just finished my 10-week program, which was, basically harnessing the power within and then, putting that to your business or your life. I just finished that, but I'll be starting a new one. And of course I have private clients and my keynote speaking, but you can come to me, consciouscoaching.coach, or LinkedIn, or through Facebook, consciouscoaching.coach, Rhiannon Reese. And I think I gave you the link to give to your listeners to have a free copy of my best-selling book.
I do. And I have that link, and we'll be sharing that when we promote the show. And so let our listeners know too where they can find you and learn more about the course.
Fantastic. Consciouscoaching.coach. Apologies, I thought I just mentioned it. Consciouscoaching.
Yeah, why don't you say it again?
Send me an email there and we'll go from there.
Okay, great. Well, Rhiannon, I want to thank you for being here. You're a fantastic guest. You're always welcome back to the show.
Connie, this has been my most favorite interview because of who you are and what you bring to the table, and you are going to change the world. It's just emanates off you, and I want all of your listeners to understand that you are a massive door opener, and to knock on Connie's door because she can share so much. Like, make sure you come back to Connie because she has so much light inside her to change the planet. You're a game changer.
Well, thank you. And I always like to say, I'm not a story.
Namaste.
I like to say that I'm a story changer or a story maker. So I love that.
I like that.
But thank you. And everyone, that's all we have for today. And again, I want to thank Rhiannon Reese for being here. Make sure you check her out. And the links to her website and the links to get a copy of her free book are included in our promo write-up here. And when you're looking at this video, it'll be coming across the screen as well. But thank you all for being here and continuing to listen and follow the Connie Pheiff Show. I always check back often. And be sure to check our crazyonescommunity.com. That is finally up and live, and just so excited about the work that we're doing over there. So check it out. And this week, just be kind to yourself and always be kind to each other. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, y'all, it's Connie Pheiff. Thank you for listening to the Connie Pheiff Show. Check back often. You don't want to miss any of the good stuff. If you like what you hear and would like to be a guest on the show, head over to theconniefeifshow.com to apply. While you're there, check out our amazing advertising opportunities that will put you right in front of your perfect client. I will see you over there. Do yourself a favor this week. Activate your power and be unstoppable together.